gentlemen, welcome to Mad Hatter Comedy Homegrown Gigglers! Yes! We are at Whiskey Creek on a Tuesday night. Everybody give a big round of applause for Shaw TV coming out and supporting the local comedy scene. Thank you very much. My name is Stephanie Foley. I will be your host tonight. How are you guys doing? Good? Good, good. I read something the other day, and it got me thinking. I read an article that said this year was or 2016, pardon me, was the highest year for divorce. Yeah, it jumped. Apparently, there was like 4 million, in Canada, 4,567,000 people got divorced. Now, I hate people who have to have a conspiracy amongst everything and, argue every single point. I don't want to be one of those people. However, I did get the question, shouldn't that have been an even number? Here's my one-liner. All right, you guys, we're going to keep the comedy going. This next comedian, he was my sidekick on my talk show. He's one of my favorite local comics. Please welcome to the stage, Devin Bourdanie.
Thanks for that brief introduction, Steph. Glad you dropped the double D this time. Yeah, I don't know why she came up with that. They tell me it's to save space on the posters. So I just got my invitation to my 10-year high school reunion. I know. I'm getting a lot of messages now going, Devin, you gotta come. I'd love to see you again. I couldn't stand looking at you for 3 years. 10 years has gone by. I'm fine. Yeah. Of course, maybe I shouldn't have sent that to my ex. Yeah, she's still not talking to me, which I'm happy, because I like peace and quiet. But the worst thing about high school for me was not the school, but I grew up in a house filled with women. My mother and my 2 sisters, and my dad would take week-long trips for business. Growing up, I never understood why, but when you have 3 women in the same house who are synchronized, you have your own little Vietnam flashback. Yeah. Oh, God, yes. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night screaming, I need a chocolate airstrike! Yeah. Those chocolate bars, I couldn't throw them out fast enough. I started walking around with a flak jacket. Yeah. Come home. Hi, Mom. Hey, girls. How you doing? Oh, you want to know how we're doing? Oh, God, I talked. Oh, God. What do I do? Run! Yeah. Yeah, not to make light of, women and their menstrual cycles. I totally understand. PMS, it means possible murder suspect. I totally get that. Yeah. I'm glad you laughed at that. My mother still hates that joke. Yeah, every time I call her now, I go, hey, Mom, you see the latest episode of Homegrown? She goes, Don, it's him. Just passes the phone to him. My dad will go, Devin, I love watching you perform. Stop insulting your mother. Why, Dad? It's great material. He goes, I know, but she hates it when I laugh. Yeah. I try to make life easier for my parents. I try to make good choices. Well, I dropped out of 2 colleges. Don't ask why. Let's just say I lived the movie Animal House. I was the Bluto of the group. For no apparent reason, I would grab a jar of mustard and just pour it on my chest. So a couple of years ago, my dad decides to give me the talk about drugs. Comes into my room when I was still living at home, studying in college. He goes, Devin, I need to talk to you about drugs. He goes on for a good 20 minutes about the dangers, and I go, look, Dad, you're killing me, Buzz. Are you going to buy or not?
So I recently celebrated my birthday. Happy birthday! Ooh, yeah, thank you. And it's got to the point I don't like doing the same old thing every year for my birthday, so this year, instead, I decided to go to a monster truck show. Not gonna lie, it was fantastic, but it was one of the most redneck things I've ever done. I left there having these weird redneck thoughts, so I decided to go shopping in my pajamas. So did any of you guys follow the whole news story with April the giraffe? Like the giraffe, they're live streaming about the birth. finally had the baby a couple weeks ago. Now they're doing a contest to name the baby. Right now, the leading name is Harambe. Do they not realize that history repeats itself? That baby is not going to last very long with a name like that. Kid's going to want to go visit it, and that's going to be the end of it. So, I hate the fact that people lie. Not so much to your face. I hate people who don't know you who lie on the internet. Like, dating sites are one of them. But that's not the main one. Like, I hate dating sites. I wish people would just be honest. If you're not going to date a fat guy, just say it. Save us both sometime. But ultimately, I hate people who post ads from renting out houses because they lie. You go and see them and it's not what they described. I looked at one that says it needed slight work. It didn't have a floor. I am not kidding you. I have to move this kind of stuff being shown. It's literally beams on the floor you're trying to walk over. That's not even like the worst one I've seen. I saw one that's advertised as your own private, I forgot how they actually worded it. Your own private space or something like that. I looked at it because it was cheap and my cat was allowed. They didn't mention that the ceiling was 6 feet high. I'm a bit taller than that. The kitchen, I'm almost positive, used to be a walk-in closet. Like, I'm not joking, I could not turn around in there. Like, that's how small it was. The kitchen sink was barely higher than my knee. Like, yeah, my cow's allowed. I don't think me and the cow would be able to fit into the house at the same time. I mean, if you're gonna rent out a hobbit hole, just tell us that. I mean, Steph might be looking for a place. But anyways, guys, if you guys haven't realized, I'm the type of guy who's been screwed by life. I mean, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm single, I'm poor. I mean, I don't have good fashion sense. If I wear red, I look like the Kool-Aid man. Oh yeah. The thing is, it's not even life that messes with me. The internet messes with me and it just gets under my skin. I took an online quiz, what drug am I? It came back that I'm birth control. It's so annoying how much it knows me. The thing is, I don't even know why I took the quiz. Like, I don't know why I wanted to know what drug they thought I was. I don't do drugs. I never have, but I don't really have anything against people who do them, but they're not for me for 3 reasons. 1, I can't afford them. 2, I sure can't afford to have the munchies. And 3, the last thing this world needs is another generation who thinks that Pauly Shore is the best actor ever. It's not you guys, that's my time.
How's everybody doing tonight? Words can't describe how it feels to be up here. I saw a sign outside this establishment that says no minors allowed. What have they got against people that work underground? I don't get that. I had to dig for that joke, but it's gold, I assure you. I'm a lot like a rat. I'm intelligent, clever, and full of disease. Just so you ladies know. I'm addicted to all things Canadian. I have to go to AA meetings. You know, lately it doesn't take much to get me down, to get me into a real funk, you know? Like, you could say I blues easily. I got my belt for free. I found a loophole. I have a Siamese cat. When I found her, she was attached to another cat. I recently did a gig for the hearing impaired. That was a real Def Jam. They can't all be winners, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you, I'm so broke, I couldn't even afford to pay my cab driver on the way out here. And that's not fair. Did get a compliment today, though. The debt collector said I was outstanding. I got this problem with my car. I can't get it to stop. And the guys at work are really ragging on me about it, right? I wish they'd just give me a break. I got this hat at home, and it's my favorite hat. Like, it is so useful to me, and I can always find it when I need it. I call it my handicap. My coffee cup got a little hot-headed last night, and he couldn't get a handle on it. So he got arrested. You should see his mugshot. My window has been a little bit sad lately. So I told it, I feel your pain. That's when I like, yeah. Having a best friend that's a locksmith has really opened a lot of doors for me. I don't trust trees. They're shady. I'm confused. There's 2 places to park my boat? It's a real paradox. I don't know if you folks can tell, I am really annoyed right now. If there were 2 of me, I'd be paranoid. I tried to write a joke on hay, but I got bored and I had to bail. Screwed that one up. The screw up was better than the joke anyway. How many astronauts does it take to change a light bulb? Just 1. That's not even a joke, it's just a fact. It's fine. It's fine. I thought we were just telling facts up here. I know a girl who wears her bra over her blouse. And if you ask me, that's a little bit over the top. Earlier this evening, I had to tell an angry little person, hey, don't get short with me. Don't do that. My friends, the arsonists, had to get a divorce. I guess they lost a spark. And when I think about it, they never really were a match. My grade 5 teacher, Mr. Armstrong, used to claim he could fit 8 pool balls in his mouth. And I'm like, that's a stretch, Armstrong. When I was a kid, I had a beetle try to climb into my ear. It was Ringo. Spoiler alert, I like to tell people when their food's about to go bad. I also like to ruin the endings to popular movies. That one didn't go like I thought it would have. I have a friend that's a Red Seal chef, and I personally don't believe you should cook with red seals at all. I don't get that. All right, well, that's my time. Like I said to the pizza, it's been a slice. Thank you.
Hello, Medicine Hat. I'm Rupert. Aw, it's like a children's TV show. A little bit. We're not allowed to swear. It's kind of the same thing. My name's Rupert. I'm here to talk to you guys a little bit about... Oh, I'm so deaf. I have no idea what you're talking about. Can't hear you, can't see you. It's one of the most terrifying things about being on stage. But sure, I'll talk a little bit about myself. We'll go with that first. Why not, right? I come from a German family, very, very German family. My grandmother was the stoic, you're not allowed to enjoy yourself, but you should have joy in all things. I remember coming home one time, and I was excited. I had gotten 5 A's out of, I think it was 6 classes, science, math, English, social, all of them, 80%. I wasn't a really big athletic student. I got a C in that course. And I bring this fabulous report card home, and I take it to my grandma, and she looks at it. She counts all the way down and just looks at me, and she's like, well, but you don't have, or you missed 1 A. I'm like, I got 5 A's. How do you mean you missed 1? She's like, well, you can always do better. This was the love that my grandparents felt. Yeah, I know. I was trying to use that to segue into this other conversation I was talking to about with my parents and why I'm terrified of children. Because I am. Children are scary. Mom, you know this? Cool mom taking her son out drinking. A great Albertan tradition. I don't remember going with my parents on my 18th birthday drinking. I think that was my dad's point. We were sitting down, we were talking about children, why they terrify me. You have to love your kids, right, Mom? You have to love your son. You can't not do it. They take them away from you and everyone just looks down on you because of it. I myself have a problem with stupid people. I can't stand them. I can't work with stupid people, and I worry. And I was having this conversation with my parents that, you know, what happens if my kid's an idiot? I have to love him, and I don't think I can possibly do that. To which my dad pipes up. He's like, well, I think stupidity skips a generation, so I think you'll be okay. One thing that disappoints me about kids these days, though, and maybe you can chime in on this, maybe you can let me know. The kids seem very, very, well, let's call them confident in who they are. There's a big push on the me and the I'm special and the I'm special generation. I'm just here to let you know, nobody cares. I don't care, nobody cares. Some of the ones that really piss me off, and not piss me off, I sit there and I'm trying not to say terrible things. A friend of mine just had a child 2 weeks ago, great pregnancy, carried it right to term, beautiful baby girl. I'm glad for them for having it. Just having a great kid. I will have all of those feelings. Don't show him to me. I opened up my Facebook app this morning. It was like 9 o'clock in the morning, and there is this 2-week-old baby having a bath in her father's arms, no bigger than her father's arms, and it looks like the most unholy cross between Keith Richards and a house elf I have ever seen. Skin's all wrinkly, eyelids are bigger than half of his face. Ugh. I understand it's your kid, you want to show him off. If you ever have kids, that moment where you want to start showing off your kids to the rest of the world because you're impressed, give it 3 weeks. Let them grow, let them develop a bit. Make it at least enjoyable for us, because no one really cares. Just to wrap it all up together, like I say, you're not special. We're not all very special. One thing I like to illustrate this point is, we think humanity. We've built great buildings. We've done stuff like that. We are one of the only species that I have ever met that has lost an interspecies war. Lost. Interspecies. In 1932, the Australian government declared war on 250,000 emus that had descended down to the plains lands of Australia. 6 months later, thousands and thousands of rounds of ammo. No humans had been lost, but the emus were declared victorious and everyone went home. We're not special. Thank you very much, guys. Steph, we'll bring you right back.
I forgot to mention, you guys, right off the hop, I asked if anybody was celebrating anything. And I forgot to mention I'm celebrating something tonight. Actually, as of today, I have been clean for 4 years, 3 days, and 6.5 hours. Thanks to Lever 2000. Gets in all the hard-to-reach places. Okay. You guys, we're going to keep this show going. This is his 5th time doing stand-up comedy, and he is closing the show. He is your headliner tonight. That's how good he is. Please welcome to the stage, David Humphrey.
Thank you, Steph. Thank you. Can we give it up for the wait staff tonight? Wait staff at Whiskey Creek. Thank you so much for the fried goods and the beer. So my name's David Humphrey. Thank you. I recently got into my 30s, and I just realized something, and I actually just went and quit my job last week. And when I went in to tell my boss that I was quitting my job to pursue comedy, he laughed in my face, which is super confusing. Getting into my 30s, I realized there's people that kept on the spelling train, and then there's people that kind of depended on computers. But one word I always struggle with is placebo, because even if you spell that word correctly, there's no proof. I tried that joke originally with homeopathy, and Medicine Hat crowd didn't know what homeopathy was, so it didn't land. But another hard word is disappointment, because every time I try to spell that word, I realize it'll never be good enough for my father. Yeah, that's a hard reality. I remember getting sat down when I was about 5 years old and being told, you know, David, your father only ever wanted a daughter, which is a really weird thing to hear from your older sister. You know, I'm tired of getting lied to. How many people are here tired of getting lied to? Yeah, right? And you know who's lying to us the most is marketers, especially pet food marketers. The first indicator there's lying to you is that all of the packaging is printed in English. Not their prime demographic. And it's all, the second indicator is that it's all named after stuff that we like barbecue spare rib flavor and, you know, steak flavor, as if the animal cares. Like, I don't know, I have a dog, and I think if I was marketing to him, I would just have like aisle after aisle of butthole scented dog food and like my owner's crotch flavored Frisbees and hot garbage chew toys. And you know, it's kind of funny, people find out that, you know, we're out here telling jokes, and all the time they say, oh, you tell jokes, and so they just go, you know, make me laugh right now. Go on, make me laugh. That's absurd, right? Like if you met a mailman, and you know, it's like, hey, my name's Chip, I'm a mailman. And you're like, oh, hey, Chip, nice to meet you. Do you want to go for a walk? Come on, Chip, let's go for a walk. Come on, that's what you do all day, right? Yeah. When I rehearsed that one at home, my dog was getting all sorts of mixed signals. He was like, is he messing with me again? He said mailman. Yeah, I recently started going to the gym as well, and one of the hardest things to do is to get people to come with you to the gym. Because it seems like they'll do anything if they don't have to come to the gym, right? They'll go home, they're like, sorry, I gotta put down my bird. Sorry, I can't go to the gym, I have to do my own dental work that night. And I always thought the gym was the #1 thing that people would make excuses about until I started inviting people out to my stand-up comedy and everybody tells me that they gotta go to the gym. It's true. So speaking of all things Canadian, you ever, you're on your way somewhere and you get stuck behind like a street sweeper? And I don't know what it was, you know, like I wanted to road rage, but my Canadianism kind of kicked in and I rolled the window down and I was like, oh, would you hurry hard, sweep. Whoa. And I know what you're thinking, like, why didn't I pass him? Well, some jerk on a Zamboni cut me off. Yeah, I was, I don't know, I just living in the neighborhood that I'm in, there's all these pet owners that are real jerks. For example, down the street from me, there's this German Shepherd. And I was open-minded, right? It's a little, you know, stigma. But I was sitting in my front yard, and all of these, like 10 or 12 of these sheep wander in my front yard. And I'm like, what the heck is going on here? And right at this, I look down the street, and this German Shepherd is flying down the middle of the road, and he's screaming, hey, those are mine sheep! What a jerk, what a jerk. So I do a little bit of singing as well. And not a lot of people know this, but it's actually kind of hard to sing upside down. But I'll give it a try here. Upside down, upside down, down. All right, guys, thanks. That's my time. Appreciate your applause.
Give it up, give it up. 5th time on stage and he's closing the show. Good for you, buddy. Very proud of you. Give it up for all the comics on the show tonight. I don't think anybody realizes how hard it is to write clean comedy. So thank you guys so much for sticking it out with us. Thank you very much to Shaw TV for coming in and supporting independent comedy. And thank you all on a Tuesday night, packed house. That's very cool. Thank you guys. Good night and drive safe. Thank